Welcome viewers, Michael Kalinovski here, and I'm excited to introduce our latest guest here, Mr. Andrew Morello from YBR. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Michael. Thanks very much.
My pleasure. I guess the viewers will be looking at this and saying, we know this guy, and obviously you've come to fame recently with the Apprentice Series 1 champion, and also lately with the celebrity auction in the block.
Yes.
Can you share some insights into that?
Yes, it's a bit of fun. So you've been very blessed, by winning the first Australian Apprentice and then being on the subsequent Celebrity Apprentices as a guest appearer, I suppose. And then we've done the block and done some Sky Business and some Sky News. So the television's always good to sort of spread the message that I'm trying to teach Australians about wealth creation and buying property and being I suppose financially savvy. We're living in a consumeristic world where people, I suppose, often don't take it seriously, and then they're waking up at 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and go, geez, what do I need to do to start getting serious about my financial future.
Excellent. And give us a bit of background of yourself.
So started my first business at 15, used to run blue light dance parties, and everyone always has a bit of a chuckle about it, but I always say it was my most profitable business. For the amount of work that I did, it was actually made me the most amount of money considering how hard I worked. Then bought into a couple of real estate offices at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, got onto the show at 23, won the show with Mark at 24, and I've been at Yellow Brick Road for the last 3.5 years now. And basically my role is to roll out the retail distribution, and I still do celebrity auctioneering, and I also do a lot of charity work, and I'm an investor in a number of different businesses. I've got a new company now, a jewellery business called bellagioandco.com. So if anyone likes, any ladies watching, they like jewellery, or any men think they need to get themselves out of the doghouse, bellagioandco.com for your jewellery needs. And I do corporate speaking and so forth as well now.
And a lot of people might not know this, but you're a native of Melbourne as well.
I am. Originally, they call me the simple boy from Moonee Ponds. So my friends now say I'm not simple anymore, but I certainly always remember where I've come from. I'm the son of a mechanic, and migrants that came to Australia in the 50s. Both my parents are from Italy, but we've been very blessed. We've worked very hard, and my dad still does. He was 65 the other day and still does 15, 16 hour days. So they're just of that generation where they just work so hard, and I'm very blessed to have had good opportunities, but I always appreciate and make the most of them.
And with Yellow Brick Road, as a lot of people might not know, what's the differences between your, say, the YBR stuff and your position, I guess, or what are the benefits if you come and see Andrew? Well,
look, the great thing about Yellow Brick Road, and if you come into any of our stores, or you can come and speak to me directly at head office, we pride ourselves on the fact that it's a holistic approach. So the big difference between a lot of the other financial services providers is a lot of them are single branded. In the case of, say, a bank, for example, they can only sell bank products. So we're still a broker as per se in the mortgage space, and we're still out there to get the best deal in the planning and insurance space as well. And then from our mortgage competitors, often they're just mortgage businesses. We pride ourselves on providing full wealth management. So that's your mortgage, that's your insurance needs, that's your personal insurance needs, such as life insurance and income protection, which everyone should be looking at, and also financial planning and wealth management. So we can really look after the mums and dads of Australia. We believe all Australians deserve great financial advice at an affordable rate. Not if you're just a millionaire and you can afford to pay big bucks to have an advisor. Everybody deserves to have one. And we also believe that every Australian, their dream, the Australian dream, is to own your own home and retire comfortably. So they're probably our mantras that we're working towards at Yellow Brick Road, and probably they're very much in line with my personal morals and ethics and what I want to try and create for especially young Australians and certainly all Australians as well.
Now, with interest rates being cut again, what do you foresee for coming into Christmas?
Well, look, I think it's, you're in your real estate full time. I've still got, family. We own 3 real estate offices in Melbourne. I'm a big believer that it's prime time to buy. Money's the cheapest it's ever been in my lifetime, I'm sure Michael's lifetime, and my dad confirmed the other day in his lifetime. So it's the cheapest it's ever been. I think property prices are the steadiest they've ever been. I don't think you're going to see a massive, you're going to see property prices go. We're not going to have another boom anytime soon, but certainly they're very steady. I don't think they're going to be going anywhere. We had 57,000 New Zealanders move to Australia last year alone, so we've still got a great influx. Immigration's at its highest. We've got people prepared to die to get their children to come to Australia. So we're always going to have that overseas interest.
Yep.
And finally, yield is the highest it's ever been. So I just think, these... for your standard property, and we're not talking about the sort of the mining towns and so forth, for the standard inner city property, yield for the first time in a long time, in some cases, is either above our loan repayment or neutral or around it. Like a prime example, I recently bought a 4-bedroom home in Moonee Ponds in Melbourne, next door to my mum and dad. So like a good Italian boy, but that's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom with room for off-street parking. I bought that for around the 800 mark. I thought I bought extremely well. I would have been prepared to pay $859 for a terrible agent. That's why.
Don't tell the agent that.
That's right. So obviously he didn't get the best for his client. But what ended up happening is my repayments on that. I put down a 10% deposit. My repayments on it, plus I had the stamp duty. My repayments are $3,100, and I'm getting $2,800 a month rent. So I've got to come up with $300 to have a property that in a few years' time is going to be worth $1 million. $300 a month, that's just one night not out.
Yeah.
So any Australians that are thinking about investing or renting and thinking about getting into their first home, it's certainly the time to do it.
And obviously, if you did have the opportunity, you could also add equity to the property as well, just a couple of renos,
100%.
a lick of paint, or even a bit of a garden bed.
I'm very lucky to speak at a number of the home shows and a number of home events around the country. Just at the Newcastle Home Show, I'm at the Melbourne Home Show in a few weeks. If any of you are watching, please feel free to come down and say hi to Mark and myself. We're going to both be speaking there, and I actually spoke on improving, recognising good opportunities, improving potential properties that you may purchase. So very simple things like if you're purchasing, say, a property for, say, an investment for $350,000 in the burbs, or a little bit further out than not the inner city property, but a little bit further out. If you're purchasing something like that, simple things like a new kitchen, a basic bathroom, a coat of paint, and even a carport or a basic garage. Now, keep in mind, garage or carport might need subject to council approval, but even just putting a carport, it actually increases the value of the home. Then when you go to refinance in 12 months' time, you get it revalued, and you can often pick up, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in equity, and all you've done is spend maybe $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, 12 months prior.
And obviously, Yellow Brick Road have got some good offers at the moment.
Very good offers. So we've got basically a honeymoon rate of just over 4.6%.
Yep.
So that's diabolical. Like if you're not borrowing money, then there's something wrong with you, because this is the time to do it. It's at that low rate. I think it reverts back to 4.9 after the 12 months. Go speak to one of the Yellow Brick Road guys to give you some more detail. But there's so many great products, and the great thing about Yellow Brick Road is we don't just have Yellow Brick Road products. We've got a plethora of products, so with all the different lenders and all the different providers. So there's going to be a product there for everybody. If you're somebody who tried to borrow money a couple of years back and got knocked back, come back and have a chat with us again, because there's certainly some real opportunities in the market.
Excellent. And how can the guys get in touch with you?
Yeah, so they can go to ybr.com.au and see where their local branch is. Otherwise, if they'd like to get in touch with me, feel free to email me at andrew.morello@ybr.com.au.
Andrew, thank you very much. There's some great advice there. Viewers, thanks again for tuning in. And this is Andrew Morello. And
Thanks
Michael
very much.
Kalinovski signing off.
Thanks, Michael.